For you young ones out there, have you ever wondered who destroyed your jobs? I know a lot of y'all blame the boomers, people my age. People my age had no idea this was going on. Back when I was your age, back when I was 16 or 17 years old, apparently they began shipping jobs overseas. People like myself didn't know that. Hell, we didn't even know what was going on. It was greedy people, business owners, big business owners, large corporations, people with millions and billions of dollars to spend. They're the ones that sent your jobs overseas. They're the ones that deprived you of jobs. And it's a one-two punch. I mean, they sucker punch you with a left hook, and they knocked you completely on your ass. Me too. All of us destroyed our future, and nobody has said a word since then. This happened in the mid '70s, as close as I can tell. So since this is 2025, you're talking 50 years ago. Yeah, when I was about 16, 18 years old, these people destroyed your future, destroyed my future. When did I find out about it? I was about 20 years old. I was standing mid-watch in a radio shack in the Mediterranean. I remember hearing one night on the radio station. I used to listen to that guy, Wolfman Jack, what his name was, I think. And they basically said, oh, the jobs are going overseas for the steel mill, I think it was. Don't worry about it. Those guys and gals, they'll find similar or better paying jobs. That's how they pacified you back in those days. Nothing could be further from the truth. We're not finding similar or better paying jobs. All we're finding is low wage, big box store like Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. Your local grocery store, your convenience store. It's all we're finding. Low paying jobs. Yet the houses, the rents to the roof, there's no way in hell you can make it on them low paying jobs. I guess you get three or four roommates you might be able to. But what kind of life is that? So anyway, I'm going to create a bunch of these videos, but I wanted to create this one tonight because I want to show you what's going on. Because you need to understand it, and I need to keep this as short as I can. Let's bring this up first, also you know how to find me. My name's Virgil Beersel. I'm running to replace Senator Cornyn in Washington D.C. I want to represent Texans, not Texas businesses, Texans, the people that desperately need good-paying jobs to provide for their families. Nobody that I'm aware of is doing anything like that. Nobody. Now let's get rid of this. And let's pull this over here. I want to show you something. Show you who destroyed your jobs. This here goes out and it finds data called the Trade Adjustment Assistant Database. And this is where the workers themselves could self-report when jobs were getting laid off, they were being sent overseas, or they were laid off for no reason, whatever, they were left with nothing. Now you hear President Trump, he talks about all these job creators, they're going to create jobs here in America. And to be honest, I believe he believes that. But the sad fact is, these people that you're seeing here, General Motors, Ford, U.S. Steel, Halliburton, Intel, Schlumberger, Chrysler Credit, IBM, Eaton Corporation, these are all the very same companies that destroyed your future. Now what I've done here is I built a deal here that'll show you that 420,985 jobs by General Motors in this one spelling. See, there's a difference here. There's a period in that second one. So around 500, 800, almost 6 million jobs destroyed by General Motors alone. Now you can click on either one of these, and what it'll do is it will bring up a list of all the individual jobs. So you can see where they are, what state. You go over here to the right hand side. Right about here. You'll see the estimated number of workers. These are all the people. And if you really want to analyze it, you go down here and click on this download CSV, all columns, and it'll download that whole spreadsheet there so you can look at it at your leisure. We're doing everything we can to identify who did this to you. Now this is really all I'm going to show you here. Well, I'll take it back. There's one more thing I want to show you. If we look up trade adjustment assistance, we find that it's maintained by the United States Department of Labor. For some reason, on July 1st, 2022, they quit keeping this data. So this data is no longer maintained. So we can't tell what has happened since 2022. But we do know the last 3 years have been the worst ever because none of you are finding jobs. Now you would think that President Trump and the Department of Labor would bring this back, reinstitute it, start tracking it again so that we would know. Ain't happening though, folks. Ain't happening. Maybe if enough of us make a noise. Anyway, name's Virgil Beersel. VBSenate.com is my website, campaign website. I really need your help beating Cornyn and Paxton because I guarantee you the stuff I'm showing you, they don't give a damn about. I personally care that you have a future, but you got to want to have a future yourself. If you want a future, I could use your help spreading the word because I'm only one man. All I got's a keyboard against millions of dollars, but I think it's enough with all your help. Anyway, enough of that. We're already around 5-6 minutes. Let's cut it short. Next video we'll discuss importing workers to take your jobs because it's 2 steps. There's a left hook and a right hook. Both of them knocked you on your ass. Thank you.